Vinaka and welcome to another episode of Empower and Protect. Today we have two very special guests, Sonia and Aarna. Welcome Sonia and Aarna. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and this is Aarna, and we both are great, and we are so happy to have you here.
Great. Thank you for having us, and you two look very beautiful today.
Thank you.
I was wondering, Sonia, if you could just talk us a bit through your journey. What has your journey been like the past 9 years with your beautiful daughter and your own personal journey so far?
So, actually, Aarna is 9 years old now, and she was born with this condition called cerebral palsy. So, what cerebral palsy is? It's brain damage that happens during or before birth, just in that phase of while we are like during the delivery phase, or just immediately after delivery. So basically, she there was a bit of neglect from the midwife, and then she suffocated, and her blood oxygen to her brain got cut off.
Oh, wow.
But heart was still beating. So fortunately, they gave CPR, and then she survived, but her brain cells died. So just because her brain cells died when she was born, that's why her brain didn't recover. So her cerebral is damaged. So that is basically what cerebral palsy is. So kids with cerebral palsy can feel everything. They can hear. They can see everything. Some of the kids don't. Their vision is not very good, but Aarna's vision is okay. And for Aarna, she was diagnosed stage 4 cerebral palsy, and we were told that she'll survive for 5 years. But she's 9 years old now.
Wow.
We struggled a lot raising her, and we have to carry her and do everything for her. For her, she cannot swallow food. We have to give her blended food, and eventually with her, she doesn't have gag reflex. So basically, she doesn't have any coordination in her body. So if I put her like this, she'll, with support, she can sit, but she can hear everything, she can feel everything. She has attitude, like she's trying to talk now. And so yes, with the we took her to Frank Hilton for physio, and through physio, it was a bit, her condition got a bit manageable, meaning like she doesn't have tight muscles. We always massage her, my mom massage her, and we do her physio stretching every day. So all those things helped her to maintain a good body structure, and to, like, little by little, she is able to control her body. Not coordinate, but at least control through physiotherapy. Through therapy, she is able to control her body. Otherwise, like for her, she has to be in a wheelchair. When she was small, we used to carry her in the stroller, but otherwise, we carry her around in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Nice. Well, thank you so much for summing that up. I think, just having a bit of time with her off screen, she's such a vocal girl, very full of life. And I love the fact that she is such a great, I guess, example of what it means to live with cerebral palsy. And you as well, you're such a great mother to her.
Thank you.
I want you to tell us a bit about what it was like learning about her diagnosis. What were the emotions that you had as her mother? Obviously, we all want the best for our children. I mean, if I had children, I don't, but what was your thought process when you first found out that Aarna had cerebral palsy?
Actually, we found out that Aarna has cerebral palsy after 6 months.
Okay.
So she wasn't like behaving like a normal baby. So my parents took her for checking, and that's when the doctor from overseas said that she has cerebral palsy. She won't be able to walk, and this will be her life. She won't be able to be she won't be a normal child. So my parents came and then told me. I didn't understand it first, and just like any other parents, like any other mother, I was like shocked, but I was feeling numb. I didn't know what to do, because I was I was still very young. I was 20 years old when I gave birth to her. So, and I was a dancer. I was a qualified dancer. And then like for me, I wanted her to be part of it. I wanted to teach dance. I was a classical dance teacher. So like for me, it was like heartbreaking, shocking, and at the same time, it's not how like the life will be difficult, not just for me, but for everyone around me will be
Right.
impacted. My parents, her dad, and our relationship, everything will be affected, because in the future, if I have more kids, like how will I juggle everything?
Right.
That's the
Right.
thing. But she's the only one. And my career, I'm a graduate. I was working at FNU that time, and my whole life will be impacted because of her condition. But I was really sad for her. Like for my life, okay, I am adult enough. I'll manage. I know that I have always managed my life around difficult situations, but for her, like how will she face the world?
Right. Right.
How will she face the world if she's not going to like school? She will. What about when I am not there for her? So that was the most emotional part for me. That break me, and like, and after that, like for me, I was. I like learned along the way of with her. Along the way, I learned how to manage her, and then my mom was full time looking after her while I was at work. But as she grew, it was hard for her to carry. Then I changed my work. I went to work for USP, but it was hard for me while working and then caregiving her. So then I resigned. I opened my shop and I kept her in my shop, and we were
business partners.
business partners. But then during COVID, I had to close my shop. Then I was operating from home, my business, small business. But like I had to change. Sorry. I had to change my whole career around her, and that was the only path for me to take care of her. So I had to resign. I had to go into small business, whatever I could do from home, and I was not very confident at the same time to take her. Like I was taking her outside. I wasn't confident in myself. Like how will the world see her? And as she was growing, we were carrying her. It's not something normal.
Yeah. Right.
And people judge. They ask. Everyone will ask, okay, what happened? What happened? And we just over time we get tired of telling each and everyone what happened.
Yeah.
And but we managed. And I took her everywhere. Unlike like when I take her to supermarket or anywhere, they tell us, oh, they have a family member like her, but they never take the child around. Just like for me, I take her around. And I thought like when she started going to school, then I realized like so many kids like her don't come to school because their parents are like gave up on their life, and that was the motivating factor for me to start sharing my journey, so that like other parents like me can get inspiration.
Yeah.
And take their kids around, and when we do take them around, people will see them as inclusive,
Definitely.
and they'll understand. It won't be like a shock, or it won't be uncomfortable for normal people to see them when they'll see more of the kids like her. And that was and it really after I started sharing my journey, I got so much love from people, so much support, and people from overseas contacted me saying that they see me carrying her in the stroller. If I need wheelchair, how can they assist us? And through my videos, like I got assistance, other parents got assistance that contacted me. Where did I get her wheelchair? Where do I go for physio? And I think I was able to advocate on the disability part, and I think I'm happy to achieve that.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much for that. We will continue after a short break. Welcome back to Empower and Protect. So Sonia,
Yeah.
I know that you have an online platform now, and it's garnering a lot of attention, and for good cause, because it's all positivity and your beautiful journey with your daughter. Talk us through the journey on how you started that page and what was the heart behind it. Why did you do it?
So basically, the whole reason I started my page was because I had to do something from home, because no expenses
Right.
with raising a disabled child. Like, there are expenses. I have my mortgages to pay, and like, they are full time in diaper, and they need protein supplements. They need medication. The medication is very expensive, and it's like $60. It lasts for a week. Protein is $60, lasts for a week, and then full time diaper. And for kids like her, they don't. For me, I never got any assistance except
Right.
for the disability allowance. So I had to give her the best life. So that's the reason I started selling online, like baby items, toys, and stuff. I bought bales of clothes, and I started taking pictures, selling online. And then when my business grew before COVID, then I opened my shop, and from my shop I was able to sell like clothes, and I was doing quite well. But then during COVID I had to close for a year. So that was really hard time, because not just close the shop, I wasn't able to source stock, because every place was closed that time.
Yeah.
So, and the freight, after everything normalized, the freight went really high. So that's when I focused on my flower business, bouquet deliveries, hamper deliveries, and that was a business I could do with her. I put her in the car seat, and then
Nice.
I arranged my flowers at home, and we did deliveries. And that was a good, that's still like this today I did my delivery and then came. So it's a good business. And after I started sharing my videos, I also got a lot of customers through my videos.
Right.
And I think that's what I would like to share as well, to inspire other mothers, regardless of their children have disability or whatever the case. I think for women, it's very important to step up in your power and try to be the leader, and think what's best for your children, and earn whatever you can. For me, it was flower and my second-hand business. But for someone else, it might be sewing, it might be baking, it might be anything. So it's don't get disheartened when situations such as, like for me, it was my daughter. If such situation arise, don't get disheartened, and try to get yourself back, because at the end of the day, when I worked on myself, I tried to heal myself from such news. And it took time. It took a lot of time for me to get the confidence to share my journey. This didn't come overnight, and it's not something that a lot of people can embrace. And a lot of parents we see, even in her school, are like single parents, and then the life quality of the children, it really affects the kids. Because for Aarna, we try to give her the best, but same situation, other kids, when we see, we feel sad, because we see neglect
Right.
from when they were born. And that neglect is what made me share my journey. And so I understand, like, coming back to like business wise, there is always something you can do. If you pray, God will open doors. For
Amen.
me, it
Yeah.
was my bouquet business, my sensation page. I'm working on a few things at the moment. I do part-time HR work for small companies. I do tax filings for businesses. So whatever I can do from home, I do. So never get like demotivated, because as women or as an individual, we have to always stand in our power. We have to always ask our question. If we remove all the roles from our life, if I'm not a mother, I'm not a daughter, remove all the roles from our life, we are as what we are as an individual is what matters, because we're going to spend so much time with our own soul, our own body, our
That's
own
right.
self.
Yeah.
So regardless of whatever the situation is around you, you should always step into your power, think wisely, and do as much as you can, and things will figure out along the way. Don't have to figure out everything. If I didn't start my flower business, like first I didn't post it online, and I didn't start it if I was thinking, oh no, like how, what, like people will laugh at me, she's selling flowers online. It's like, no, people might laugh at me, and like she's working at USP, she graduated, I graduated in IT. So she graduated, why is she selling flowers? But I didn't let that stop me. I did whatever I could. And even like when I was selling baby items initially, I used to think like, what if people judge me for that? But if I didn't let that stop me, I posted online, and through one customer, two customers, now I have 14,000 followers in my page over time, and my flower business is able to pay for my mortgages.
Wow.
And like this little step I took, that was out of my comfort zone, is financing me and my daughter's life now. So that's the courage I had to do so, and that helped me.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for that journey, and I love the outlook that you have, especially with a daughter with disabilities, just doing all you can to make sure that she has the best life that she could possibly have. So thank you for your sacrifice. I know that she very much appreciates it. We will be back after a very short break with Sonia and Aarna, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Empower and Protect. We are here with Sonia and Aarna talking about her and her daughter's life with stage 4 cerebral palsy. So Sonia, as we were chatting about, you end all your videos on such a positive note, talking about how if parents have questions, parents with children with disabilities have questions, to reach out to you.
Yes.
I know that support is something that is lacking with a lot of families with members with disabilities. Talk to us about how important it is to have support when living with children with disabilities.
It actually needs a lot of maturity
Right.
and understanding, raising kids like Aarna. And like there was a study done in overseas that 72% of kids who have disability, any kind of disability, there is a 72% divorce rate between parents.
Oh, wow.
That was in overseas. Over here in her school, I hardly see the children there have both parents. Either they are raised by their aunties, uncles, grandparents, or single parent. So it's very important for the child to feel love from everyone, especially
Right.
mother and father. And if there is such situations like divorce, for me, I'm a single mother, but I give her full freedom to be with her dad. I am there with her if she needs to go to his place, or if he wants to take her to hotel and stuff for her holiday. I go with her. I do everything for her, because I don't want my child to not have father's love just
Right.
because of me and he didn't work out. That doesn't mean Aarna should lack father's love or mother's love. And I think it's very important that this needs to be educated as well.
Yeah.
That not just disabled children in general. We see there are times when the parents separate, and the mother takes full care of the child, and she works day and night. It becomes so toxic to the children, and now the children are growing up saying that, oh, I was traumatized by my mother, and
Right.
they have family problem. So I think it's very important, either raised by a father or mother, that for children give them the freedom to experience both love, because for you it might not be a good person for you as a husband or a wife, but for your child it's his father, her
Right.
mother or father. So regardless of what two adult individuals decided, the children should not suffer because of that. So there's always that it needs a lot of maturity, putting your differences aside, and accepting, because you can divorce your partner, but you cannot disown your own child.
Right.
That's the most important part. Your child needs both parents' love. That's how God created us, and we should always acknowledge that part. And support system is very important. I think Aarna has done quite well because of the love we gave her. And if any child, regardless of whatever the condition is, autism or disability or whatever, if given the right love, they can heal. Love can heal anything. Like if you love your child, your faith can heal them. And that's what all the religion, they always tell, like love is the most important thing.
Right.
Love can heal anything, and regardless of how two individuals decide to spend their future, but they cannot leave their children behind.
Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think it's so important as well. I mean, they always say, it takes a village to raise a child. And I think even more so when our children need our help, right, throughout
Yes.
life. I just want to wrap up really quickly. And I wanted to ask you if you had any, not really advice, but kind of reflections for people around kids like Aarna, that we can kind of help them in any way. Is there any way that we, as the public, can
Yes.
kind of help
So-
children?
So I'm working on registering my NGO.
Right.
It's with the legal team. I've been running to lawyer's office, and they are helping me register. And at the same time, I'm registering kids like Aarna in my database, in my CRM, so that I have a data to, and through that data I can. Through my NGO, I can assist kids like Aarna, because through my platform, I get people reach out to me asking if I need help. For me, I'm okay, but I know there are kids like Aarna who are
Right.
neglected and need help. So that's the whole vision behind the NGO that I'm going to start. That I want to help kids with wheelchairs, with physio. Hilton is already doing physio, but the transportation part, meaning getting them from home to Hilton, that part is not
Okay.
sorted. So this NGO is basically going to do the logistics for kids with disability and liaise with the other NGOs to provide them with essentials like diapers, medications, protein supplements. We don't have it in Fiji. We don't have all the medicines here, and we don't have the right wheelchair for them. And through this NGO, we will be like the foot for the parents. There are
Right.
logistics
Yeah.
to help them reach care and physio
Yeah.
and all those things. So we are working to establish that right now.
That's amazing. Just hearing your story, I really hear your heart, not only for your own daughter, but for all children who suffer with the same diagnosis. Not really suffer, but are living with the same diagnosis,
Living.
because I know that she is thriving right now, definitely. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And I know so many people will be inspired by your journey and just the way that you have taken your daughter, taken care of her consistently, brought her to her therapies and seen improvement. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Empower and Protect with Sonia and Aarna. We will see you next week. Vinaka.